Hello guys, I am Spider24, and today I am just my opinion and my views on Arsene Wenger. Obviously this is something that's been taking up the Premier League for quite a while now, but first, before we get into the video, I just want to this starting 11 who yesterday in the FA Cup final beat Chelsea 2-1. That is a massive achievement. We didn't just beat them, we dominated the game. We had a weaker team. We were riddled with suspension and sickness and injury, but we pulled through as a club and Wenger made the correct decision. So, anyway, getting into the main purpose of this video, Arsene Wenger. Now, I suppose if you're an Arsenal fan, you're either in one of three categories. You either think that Wenger should leave immediately and just never return. You either think that Wenger should stay at the club, maybe he can save us, and then you're either there thinking, well, I don't really know. Personally, I am in the third category of I don't really know where Arsene Wenger should stay or go at Arsenal. Obviously, he does have a board meeting in the next few days, and he said that we'll find out if he is going to leave the club either Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, so he can't really make up his mind, can he? Oh, someone in the chat, Mr. Alfie Bluesmith, happy birthday to you, special birthday shout out. Anyway, continuing the video, then, oh, by the way, I hope you're having a nice birthday. And so anyway, Arsene Wenger, you know, I understand why people want him to leave, you know. We haven't really had the best season with him at the minute. We finished 5th, which is the first time in a long time since we have finished out of the top 4 and not got Champions League football. And I think that's really come as a shock to most Arsenal fans. But personally, I think it's quite good that we haven't got into the Champions League, you know. Europa League, Manchester United have just won it, and they didn't play an excellent game of football in the final. So perhaps we can, well, perhaps Arsenal as a club, and yeah, I'll see you later, Mr. Alfie Bluesmith. Perhaps as a club we can actually accomplish something in the Europa Cup. And, you know, that's what I'm sort of hoping as a avid supporter and close Hector Bellerin follower. That's why I've got him highlighted. But, you know, we've obviously not got enough funding. Well, another thing is we haven't got enough funding running through the club. Stan Kroenke, as long as he gets his million at the end of the week or whatever ridiculous amount of money it is, he is happy. He doesn't genuinely, well, to my belief, doesn't care about the football club, and that's probably the same with LA Rams, who he also owns as well. So I think there's obviously troubles with the board, which can hopefully be resolved in, you know, Arsene Wenger's board meeting in the following days. Another thing I wanted to say is it's come to my attention that there's a Russian guy who wants to buy out Stan Kroenke for about 3 billion or something, some ridiculous amount of money, and I think that'd be a really good thing for the club. You know, this guy obviously has a lot of money to throw around. He can put some money into the club, and hopefully he can make some signage. You know, maybe hold on to Ozil and Sanchez, but because there's also rumours that they'll leave in the summer. And I think next season things have really got to change at Arsenal Football Club, because if they don't, then I don't know where we'll finish. We'll either have a pretty decent season, finish top 3, I'd be quite happy with that, or they are just going to literally finish mid-table. We're going to be sitting 8th, we won't even get Europa Cup football. Tottenham will probably finish above us again, which is another disastrous thing. St Tottenham's Day was cancelled this season, first time in a long time. But yeah, it's just mid-season, you know, about November time. I know everyone always says, oh, Arsenal always have a rubbish November, you know, and you know, we had a bad November, but it was after November. We didn't really pick ourselves up until about April. That's when we started to re-win games, and when we were losing in that period over the winter, that's when I was a strong Wenger out supporter, and that was always the topic at the dinner table, really, because my dad was Wenger in, because my dad quite likes him. I was Wenger out. My mum was just angry because we weren't eating our dinner. But you know, it's just, I think things have got to change for Arsene Wenger. On Match of the Day, they're saying you can't really read him, because Arsene Wenger is either going to see this FA Cup victory yesterday as an opportunity to have a really, really good next season, or he's just going to see it as like this is his time to leave. I think that if Arsene Wenger was to leave, then he would have to leave before the end of the season. He would just have to, because he doesn't want to. He is a manager that has come to England and he has revolutionised the game of football. He really brought in regular training, dieting for players, all these sort of things that you wouldn't really think of. That is what Arsene Wenger has done, and he's obviously made a squad. He started playing this new back three system. Yesterday it was Holding, Mertesacker and Monreal, and that's started to work for Arsenal. But it's not really Arsene Wenger's style of football. It's almost as if he is trying to be someone else who he's not. He's trying to be your Pep Guardiola, your Antonio Conte, but he can't, because he's Arsene Wenger, obviously. But yeah, I think that if he was to leave, then the time is now. If he was to stay, which would be, well, something else, wouldn't it? If Arsene Wenger was to stay, I don't know where the club would be in the next 12 months. I don't know where we'd be sitting in the league table. I don't know what players we'd have left if players like Sanchez and Ozil all start to go and leave us. Maybe even players like Chamberlain and Ramsey and Bellerin, then they might leave, and then we'll probably start to lose games. And under the management of Stan Kroenke, then we probably won't buy any replacements. Like, obviously no one's irreplaceable. Well, Sanchez and Ozil are pretty irreplaceable. No one's irreplaceable, but you know, if with Kroenke and Wenger, I don't know. I don't think that they'll replace any players that leave to an adequate standard, and I think that's just going to make the club crumble and crash and burn, really. I don't know, I suppose at the end of the day, it's not up to me. It's up to, obviously, the club, and yeah, that's it really. So I want you to obviously like and subscribe this live stream. First live stream I've done for a very long time, by the way. I'm proud of myself. I want you to like this video if you've enjoyed it, or if you're an Arsenal supporter. Even if you're not an Arsenal supporter and you've just enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Check out some of our videos. And finally, I want to hear from you guys. I want you to leave a comment in the comment section down below of where you sort of stand with Arsene Wenger and why. So I will see you guys in the next video. I have been TGS24. You have been absolutely amazing, and I shall see you all later.